fuck 100 guns, need a honey bun. I'm greedy, matter of fact, I'ma need to. I'ma need to. Alright, boom. K Goddess. Nice to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you.
So I want to give you a special shout out because you know, like I said earlier, you're the first girl on my platform ever. You feel me? So that being said, already, you feel me? That being said, we gotta have a little conversation. You feel me? But shout out to you though.
Thank you.
Special to have you here.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So obviously, your name is K Goddess, right?
Yes.
Where you get the goddess part from? Is that from like? You think women are godly or something like that? Where you get that from?
Definitely, I think women are godly, and I was raised to look at myself as a queen. When I was really young, I was raised to look at myself as a princess. Like my uncles, my grandmother, they always spoke positivity into like my crown and everything. But the actual name K Goddess came from when I went to college. I was playing college basketball.
Word?
Yeah.
What position you play? Point guard?
Point guard and shooting guard.
You look like you play ball a little bit too. You got the little, you got a nice little bell. You look like you fit.
Let's see.
Alright.
Yeah,
you ain't got no jump shot though.
My jump shot is crazy. My jump shot is fire. But yeah, I went to college for basketball, and you know when you're in college, they call you by your first initial and your last name. And I got tired of people knowing my last name. You know, I was like Facebook famous and things like that. Everybody called me by my first name and last name, and I got tired of that. So I had a friend, and his name was A-God. And I asked him, I was like, yo, what you think I should call myself? And he was like, K-Card. And I was like, I ain't calling myself that. They gonna think I'm a bitch or something. So I just called myself K Goddess. And it just stuck. And ever since then, it's been like 8 years now. So.
That's fine, that's fine.
K Goddess.
So one of these songs, you say something about, I'm quoting you, give me my respect because I'm worth it. Do you feel like a lot of times women in this industry, or just, it could be 9 to 5, it could be in a relationship with a man that has a bag, you feel like women don't get the respect that they deserve sometimes?
You know, it's a lot of countries out there that don't respect women. So I look at that, and then I look at my personal life experiences. Like, a lot of times I felt like I wasn't given the respect that I was deserved. And, you know, that comes with just keep working, keep moving forward, and eventually you're going to get the respect you deserve. Because once people have no choice but to respect you, that's all there is left. And I definitely stay on that 100%. I think that give me my respect I deserve.
I feel you. It makes sense. So also another one of your songs, you said something like, the man don't feel me if he's not willing to spend money on you, like you're not gonna let him fuck with you. Like, is that like payback? Because you know a lot of times men be doing things that we don't want women to do. So is that right there the lack of respect that men give you and give women? Is that right there like payback? Like if you gonna fuck with me, you gotta spend some type of bag. I'm worth it.
It's definitely payback. You know what I'm saying? Because not only just that, but I feel like if a female's saying, oh, if a dude wanna fuck with me, he gotta spend a bag, then you gotta be bringing something to the table. You know what I'm saying? And I do a lot for myself, for my career, for the people around me. So I bring more than just the table to the table. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you fucking with me and we genuinely fucking with each other, you gotta come with more to offer. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not just gonna be fucking me and then just laying up for free. Like, you gotta have more to offer, because right now I feel like I don't need anything from a man but respect and a little extra help. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if you fucking with somebody, make sure they add into and not fucking you up.
Yeah. And a lot of times niggas be taken away from women too, for me, without them even knowing, because they be stigmatized, so they don't even notice. And also in your song Rodeo, you said something like, don't text me while I'm out with my friends. Why you don't want, like, you know, sometimes niggas just genuinely just worried about their girl, you feel me? Sometimes y'all be doing the same too.
Nah, you know what it was?
So why don't you like that?
When I wrote Rodeo, I was actually, I was in a relationship at that time when I wrote Rodeo. And we was in a real toxic place in that relationship when I wrote Rodeo. And I caught myself a few times when I was getting text messages, it was very confrontational. Like, it was just a lot of arguments and things like that. So as I was writing Rodeo, I was like, you know, don't text me when I'm around my friends. I don't want to get a bad energy.
So that was a genuine feeling while you was writing, you feel me? It was really going on in your life at the time. That makes sense.
That whole tape, that whole EP.
Word?
It was a lot around that time.
That makes me like it even more. I can't front. You're not just out here just babbling anything, you know what I'm saying? So also the guys want to know, you feel me? Because the guys, they like you out here. You're a sex symbol, you feel me? They want to know. Like,
what they want to know?
Are you expensive?
Am I expensive?
Yeah, you expensive?
Yeah, quality over quantity. So, I would say I have expensive times. I would say that because I'm not really a materialistic person, but I do have materialistic times. So
makes sense. Me too.
I'm expensive. I'm expensive for my damn self. So I know damn well I'm expensive for the next man. So yeah, I'm expensive.
Yeah, that makes sense for me. Niggas, I'm kind of, I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of bougie. I be telling people all the time. And at the same time, bougie don't only mean like finances. Like I'm bougie with my time and my energy. Like I'm not gonna just go anywhere.
You have to.
You know what I mean? So it makes sense. I like, niggas like girls like that too.
Yeah.
So what's your relationship status right now? I got it, y'all.
Nah, I'm good. What's my relationship status? My relationship status is currently working on myself. I don't want to say single because I feel like a lot of times I said single, and that gave men the opportunity to want to shoot their shot. And personally, I'm just like, I'm mentally, emotionally, and physically not somewhere to give another man a shot. So I would just say, I'm working on myself with talking to people,
Yeah,
so,
that's a good answer. That's a good answer. And you somebody, so you gotta close that window now. Like, don't think my DMs is open just cause I'm single. If you said you were single.
I'm open to conversations, of course. I'm open to communication, but as far as my relationship status, I would just say working on myself to make myself better for when I do have a husband.
Okay. So no exes trying to get you back right now?
Nah, my last ex got a baby on the way. So.
Word?
Yeah, so
I was gonna say if he's trying to get you back, we could go viral. Let us know his name real quick.
I'm good. I'm good on the exes and things like that. I'm healing right now. My healing process. So.
Cause speaking of exes, I know a lot of times like women always talk about how niggas always come back. Niggas like to spin the block and shit. Why do you think niggas like to do that? In your opinion?
Before my previous ex, I think niggas like to do that because they see a woman leveling up. Sometimes they feel like they regret a lot of things. So there's a lot of reasons why exes spin back. I used to admire my exes spinning back. And
it's kind of flattering.
It's kind of a little flattering. But my ex from my previous 4-year relationship, I don't want him to spin back. I don't ever want to see his face again. So,
yeah, I feel you.
If you watching this, please don't spin back. I don't care if it's 20 years from now. Nigga
about to text you in the morning, hey big head.
Nah, he can't. He can't get near me. He can't get access to me. Don't spin back.
So in another one of your songs, you said something like, people do a lot of bullshit and claim they homies.
Yeah.
Do you think having solid friends are important, and why? Because a lot of times women, like sometimes women have a stigma, like they call a girl one day, then they beefing the next day. So what is the importance of having good friends in your life?
It's very important to have good friends in your life because, like I mentioned earlier, like I'm in my healing state right now. You know what I'm saying? And when you in your healing state, you go through a lot of emotions. You need to be around a lot of love. So make sure your circle, you have real friends that's really motivating you and trying to bring the best out of you rather than have you repeating the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So having good friendships and a good circle is very important. You don't need no yes men around you. You need people around you that genuinely want to see you win. People that's genuinely gonna allow you to go through your emotions, allow you to grow, and people that's there for you, because there's a lot of snakes out here. You would think you have a solid team, a solid circle, a solid person by your side, and that person be the biggest snake. So
yeah, I agree.
Pay attention.
The closest one to you, they could be your enemy. It sounds cliche, but it's really true though.
Yeah.
You still got some sandbox friends that you still hang out with to this day?
Yeah, my whole hood.
Word?
My whole hood. Like everybody from middle school, elementary school.
That's what's up.
I still hang out with them to this day. And those are the ones that I trust the most. You know what I'm saying? Like even like when it comes down to like a specific dude that I deal with or talk to, I went back to talking to somebody from my hood. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in an industry where a lot of shit is fake. A lot of shit is fabricated. Should have said not really fake, fabricated. And the sandbox friends is the ones that know you the most. And that's what I don't know. Lately, that's what I just been around. Like that's what I.
Okay.
Been my niche.
Would you ever do anything? Was you ever on any type of like reality TV shows before?
I was on Black Ink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people talk about other shows, but
yeah, other shows. Speaking of mixiness, girls always beefing, reality TV shows and shit. And I know this is probably I actually just saw it yesterday for the first time ever.
I know what you're talking
about. I just pulled it up. I'm like, let me pull up her name. I seen it. Why, like Mariah Lynn from Love and Hip Hop? Why did y'all fight?
Me and Mariah Lynn,
You was a demon, by the way. You was a demon. Came back in the car. You said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Nah, she gangster."
Me and Mariah, Lynn, we was actually cool. It was cordial. I wouldn't consider that friendship a friendship, really. Yeah. You know, but we was cordial, and you know, we had a lot of mutual friends. And Mariah was paranoid at the time, I would say. You know, she was going through a lot. A lot of people was snaking her, and we had this mutual friend that she was dealing with at the time. His name was Keanu, and it's so long ago. And she was dealing with Keanu, and Keanu would come to me and my ex-boyfriend and would tell us a lot of the things that went on in their relationship, which what friends do. You know, I would sometimes call Keanu and tell him about shit that went on with my relationship.
Regular shit.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, when couples pillow talk, shit get misconstrued, and Keanu and Mariah used to pillow talk with each other. You know, as expected, they was in a relationship. Long story short, Mariah got tight that we told Keanu, like, clip her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, our loyalty to him, this is our friend first. Like, clip her. You feel like she's not doing what she's supposed to do. Clip her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No personal shit, just I'm looking out for my friend.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Mariah felt some type of way, and something happened on the shade room, and then I commented, and then Mariah texted my phone sending me threats, and I actually wasn't gonna fight Mariah. The reason why I fought Mariah was because she threatened to send niggas to jump my man at the time. And you know,
you being a female, like, nah.
I didn't take that threat too lightly. So I pulled up to Jersey. We drove to Jersey, and what happened.
Okay.
The rest is history. So.
But that really shows your character, though, because you actually giving excuses as to why she was probably acting like that. You say, you know, I know she was going through this, going through that.
Yeah.
So that showed that you actually like a real good person. You feel me? Like,
we human. We human, and then a lot goes on in this industry that the outside world don't know about. A lot of things go on that we can't talk about. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. Just like people talking about the situation with Travis Scott that happened at Astro World, and you know, not to defend Travis Scott. But I've been at plenty of festivals, and I've been in plenty places, and I've seen with my own eyes, and then I will go home and then watch social media, and I see with my own eyes that a lot of shit that happens in this industry, it's a lot of details that be left out. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people was bashing me and asking me to judge the Astro World Travis Scott thing. It's like, and it's like, I can't judge something like that because I'm in an industry where I know a lot of details get cut out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not about to sit here and judge something.
Just to magnify the story.
Right, if I wasn't there, so. It's the industry we're in.
Yeah. So you from the projects, right?
I'm from Brownsville, yeah.
Heard you. Brownsville got
several Van Dyke projects.
Heard you. I know there's a few rappers over there and shit, right? Okay. So when you growing up in the project, did you fight a lot growing up? Kind of project girls ain't known for knowing how to shake.
Yeah, I fought almost every day growing up in the projects. Yeah, I went to the way my projects is set up is you have Brownsville, and I'm talking about my side of Brownsville because Brownsville is really big. You have like the 90s. Brownsville's really big. On my side of Brownsville, you have Ceflo, you have Van Dyke, you have Howard, you have LH, you have Brownsville houses, you have Glenmore, you have like.
That's just your side.
But it's a circle. This is just my side.
God damn.
But it's a circle, and then you have Tilden, and then you have Garvey, but it's just like a big ass circle. And from where I'm from Van Dyke and Ceflo. Like my grandmother's from Van Dyke, my great grandmother's from Ceflo. So where I'm from, I would walk through Van Dyke to cut through Ceflo to go to my middle school. In my middle school, I went to 332. And when you cut through Ceflo, you end up cutting through Glenmore to get to 332. And I never forget, I used to fight this girl. It was a Spanish girl. Her name was Tatiana. Shout out to Tatiana. We actually cool now. Me and Tatiana used to fight every day because it would be like one day I win a fight, the next day she win a fight, then then I want to fight again, then she want to fight again. We used to legit.
Yeah, both too tough.
Yo, me and this girl used to legit fight every day.
That's crazy.
And then I had friends that had beef for other girls, so we used to jump bitches, and bitches would jump me. I used to fight every day. I used to fight every fucking day in Brownsville.
How you think that affected your character and personality as a person, like to this day? It made you tough? Did it make you paranoid?
It made me very tough. You know, growing up in Brownsville, I feel like growing up in any hood in New York makes you tough. It could make you or break you, because there's a lot of pussy people from hoods as well. It could make you or break you, but it made me very tough. It helped me get my hands up, you know. So now my hands is really quick.
You ain't got no hands.
I got some hands. My hands is really quick, and I got a hard punch.
Heard you.
But more.
It be the short girls that's like a fight. I ain't gonna front. They be getting it.
Yeah,
oh, I had a short ex-girlfriend. Oh my God.
Nah, no, you did not.
Oh my goodness.
But more so than anything, it also teaches you how to fake work on your anger problems the older you get. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely had a lot of fights in Brownsville. A lot of fights. Yeah.
And also, people don't know you got bars too. But speaking of fighting, you had this one bar. I forgot the name of the song. You said something about like, I'm being her face, no concealing. I said, whoa. Yeah. She got bars. I don't think I went over some niggas' heads because a lot of niggas don't know what concealer is. You know what I mean? Went over some niggas' heads and shit, bro.
Being her face, no concealing. Damn, that's old.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was listening. I did my research. You feel me? You probably didn't even remember you saying that. You're like, is that me?
No, now that you bring it up, I remember because I just thought about the studio session I was in when I actually did that.
Oh, okay.
I was like, damn, that's a while ago.
Heard you. So you speak about you fighting in the projects and shit. Everybody know a lot of the gangs in New York City come from projects or the jails and shit. And one of your songs you say you riding with the Crips. How did you get involved with the Crips out there?
All right. I turned Crip when I was 11 years old.
That's like 5th grade. Type shit.
Like 5th grade?
Type shit.
I don't remember. I know I was in middle school though.
Oh, okay.
But previously, before that, I was raised around a lot of Bloods. My whole hood got Bloods. My best friend is Blood. And previously, before that, I moved to North Carolina. And when I moved to North Carolina, I got really like infatuated with gangs.
Nothing to do down there anyway, so. Yeah,
it's a lot of gangs in North Carolina, but it's a lot of it's Bloods in North Carolina, but it's a lot of Mexican gangs in North Carolina. When I was really young, I was like 10 or 11, because I was in the streets a lot at a young age, and around the time I turned like 10, my grandmother felt like she couldn't control me, which is 10 years old. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, 10 years old.
My grandmother felt like she couldn't control me, so she felt like it was my environment. So she ended up taking me to North Carolina. I was in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I felt like that kind of made it worse. But she thought she was making it better for me. We go to North Carolina, and I got really infatuated with gangs in North Carolina. But not only just gangs, but I got infatuated with like blue and white. When I was hanging out down there, I would hang around a lot of black people, but I would hang around like a lot of Mexicans, because the Mexicans down there, they had a lot of freedom.
Oh, for real?
They had a lot of freedom. Yeah. So I was infatuated with, the different parts, you know what I'm saying? Because coming from Brownsville, which is a hood, and then going to North Carolina, and my family are in houses and things like that. The Mexicans, they in trailer parks and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the way they just moved
it's
together.
A different type of hood,
And the way they just moved together, and they just was just moving like a family. Like, I got really like infatuated with that. Like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I was raised in a dysfunctional family. So around that time, like I said, I was hanging around a lot of Mexicans, and I had turned Serene 13. If you don't know about Serene 13, you can do your own research on it. And my grandmother ended up finding out.
How'd she find out? You was on Facebook talking that shit?
How did my grandmother? I think the people, like the church, because there's a lot of church people in North Carolina.
Yeah, so it's probably like a tight-knit community, right? Because it's the South. So everybody knows
the church people was talking about it. Like,
that's
the
crazy.
Church people was like, she's in a Mexican gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, my grandmother, she was just like pulling up videos on YouTube and things like that. And she was like, you don't see the way they chop up bodies, and when they do this and when they do that.
Like, Nana, it's not like that.
And she like, and you're black. Like, they do not care about you. You're black. Like, and I was just like, yeah, I see the way they do this and I see the way they do that, and I love it here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I never forget it. Like, I had like said something to my grandmother, like smart out my mouth, like, what's so different than what they do and what my uncles do back at home?
She probably
said some shit like that.
Slapped you.
She slapped the shit out of me. She whipped my little ass. So then after that, long story short, after that, I ended up leaving North Carolina. I came up to New York, because I was probably in North Carolina for like a year. I ended up leaving North Carolina. I came back to New York, and when I came back to New York, I used to hang around Franklin Ave a lot. And being I used to hang around Franklin Ave a lot, the Crips on Franklin Ave, they became my family. Like, it was, like, the way it happened, it just was so organic. They became my family. I ended up turning Crip. I ended up turning A-Tray around the time from Underhill side. And I was 11 years old when I turned A-Tray. And from there, like, it just became a family, and fast forward, I ended up switching my set. I'm A-Deuce Tray now, so.
I ain't gonna lie, they run this shit right now. The Crip, they do trade niggas, they run this shit. Right
Yeah.
As far as the Crip tip.
Yeah, it's all love though, you know what I'm saying? My side of the town, we showing love, we giving back to the community, we doing what we have to do, we doing peace walks, we doing what we have to do for the community, you know. It's not just a game, it's a family. You know what I'm saying? So,
positive things for the community.
All positivity.
So, so I'm assuming, so the Wooo shit came later?
Nah, the Wooo shit originally started from day one.
Okay.
You know, because the Wooo shit, back in the day, it wasn't just Wooo, it was Wave Gang. Anybody that was around that time really knows where it comes from. But it just, like I said, the way I just described my hood, it started like that. Like when I was a little girl, our older heads always had beef. Niggas from Howard always had beef with niggas from this side, with niggas from that side. So as we grew up, we just sort of that was embedded in us. Yeah. Like over here, they don't fuck with us. Over here, they don't fuck with us. Like we just knew as we grew up, certain spots and certain sides didn't fuck with us. And then Wave Gang came about. Wave Gang, PBG. It was a lot. Smooth Game. It was a lot. It was a lot around that time.
It's mixy out there.
Yeah. And Wooo was a thing we would do. It wasn't just like the Woos.
Oh, okay.
You know, we was Wave Gang, we would dance, we would go to parties, you know, it started off really small. But wooing was our signature. Whenever we would go somewhere, woo,
yeah, I just say that
would woo
shit.
back. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just woo. Pop Smoke really twisted and turned it. You know, when Pop went to jail, he met some Wave Gang niggas.
Oh, okay.
And you know, Pop really twisted and turned it and made it like the woos. You know what I'm saying? But wooing was something we did.
See, niggas didn't even know that extra Pop Smoke shit. Niggas don't even know that shit.
Yeah.
So I know he from the Floss and shit. So what's the difference? I know people ask you this all the time. So look, explain just to my viewers, what's the difference between Brownsville Wooo and Flossy Wooo?
Well, Brownsville Wooo is the original Wooo. You know, that's the difference. We the original. You know what I'm saying? And everybody in the shit know that. Like, it would be no Wooo if it didn't come from Brownsville. You understand what I'm saying? So Brownsville niggas is who Pop got close with. You know what I'm saying?
It's not, does it stand for like the WOO, does it stand for anything or it just?
WOO stand for what it stand for on their side, but our Wooo stand for we on our own.
Okay.
That's why we got 3 O's. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's different, you know, but we show love to each other's sides, you know what I'm saying? Because Pop took the shit global. So, you know, Pop put a positive name on the Wooo shit because Wave Gang, it became, you know, a whole indictment had happened. You know, free all the gangs that's still locked up. But a whole indictment had happened or whatever the case may be. But Pop really helped to bring Brownsville back to a positive light in some sort of. So that's the reason why, you know, we still shout out Pop and we still 100% support him.
Bring some positive attention towards the bill type shit.
Definitely did, yeah.
Okay. So you got a mixtape out called East Coast Bitch, right?
Yes.
And in the mixtape there's a song called Talk Shit. And I ain't gonna lie, you was talking some shit in there. You was like, niggas like New York bitches because they could talk that shit, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, me, the first thing I thought, I'm like, she must be talking about some freaky shit. You feel me? So just give me a little go-to saying that you say sometimes, like to your partner, when you're in bed, just to give him some energy, or say if he's giving you energy.
I ain't had sex in so long.
What's a go-to saying that you used to say, you feel me? Like, you know?
I don't know, I can't really remember.
Yes, you can.
Like, this pussy yours.
This pussy yours,
this pussy yours, like,
okay.
I don't know,
Okay.
But yeah, talk shit.
You know what I mean? That's a good song though.
Yeah, it was.
I like that shit.
It's crazy because I'm mad that I didn't release the original version of Talk Shit. I should have released the original version. The original version was really
You liked it better? Why didn't you release that one? How come you released this one?
At the time, I don't think I liked it at the time, but fast forward, I like the original one better.
Oh, okay.
But shout out to Talk Shit, damn.
Shout out to Talk Shit,
yeah. Shout out to that whole project, East Coast Bitch.
That shit was fire, I like that shit a lot.
I was in a bad space during that project.
Okay. I can't really tell, it really came out really good, you know?
Yeah.
So, would you cuff somebody at this point in your career? Would you cuff somebody?
But I get in a relationship at this point in my career. I just got out of a relationship like 9 months ago.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm working on myself. That relationship, I gave my all to that relationship. I really was invested into that relationship. Like I genuinely loved that man that I was dating. I genuinely saw his potential. I genuinely wanted to see him win. I genuinely went harder for him than I went for myself. You know, so now I just feel like ever since we broke up, now it's time for me to just go hard for myself. So when I get into another relationship, I don't think I'm ready for another relationship. I feel like I'm still going through emotions that I didn't even deal with from breaking up with that previous relationship. You know what I'm saying? I still find myself waking up crying like this morning I was crying because of it. You know what I'm saying? So am I ready for another relationship? I'm ready for a relationship with God.
Word.
That's what I say.
You got to get yourself right before you get right with somebody else.
Yeah, I'm ready to just get my mental health together. You know what I'm saying? And plus, you know, there's somebody that I like or whatever. You know, he in jail or whatever. So,
Okay. You be sending him little flicks and shit? Better sending them flicks.
I used to.
Better send my son some flicks. Why you stop?
I stopped because it just wasn't me. I was like, it just wasn't me. But you know what I'm saying? So I just say I'm working on myself. Maybe, you know, when he come home from jail, maybe we won't be together.
Yeah.
But, you know, for now, that's my stand hold. Like, you know what? I'm going to focus on me. Get my life together.
So you clearly a ride or die. So you go wait until he come home?
Can I wait till he come home?
I mean, obviously, if it's not too long, you feel me? Like, if it's too long, that's it though.
Like I said, I feel like I'm waiting for myself to be the best version of myself.
Exactly.
So if he come home during the time I'm finding the best version of myself, then maybe I will be ready to jump into another relationship. But until then, I'm not putting my trust or all my eggs into one man. You know what I'm saying? I'm more focused on finding myself again and more focused on trying to find a hit record rather than trying to find another relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not focused on that. I'm leveling up. You know what I'm saying? I'm on birth control. I'm not trying to have no babies.
Shout out to BC.
You know, it's about making yourself greater and greater, not repeating the same mistakes or not getting sidetracked. And you know, that's just the type of time I've been on. Just focusing.
I feel you. So how long have you been rapping for?
This summer made 4 years since I've been rapping, and it made 3 years since I released my first song. So yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. So the best thing about fame and the worst thing about fame?
The best thing is about fame is when you hear people calling your name and you hear, you see the motherfuckers that used to sleep on you, now they cheering for you. The worst thing about fame is that people believe anything they hear about you now. You know, people, they just hear the worst on your name.
And they'll make it worse.
And they'll believe it. I feel like that's the worst thing about fame is that people don't always think about you any type of way, and you know, you get tired of defending it, so after a while you just let people think whatever they want to think. So yeah, that's the worst thing.
So when can we expect some new music from you?
Tomorrow, actually. Yeah. Which will be
November 12th. Video?
Yeah, I'm dropping a new song and a new video tomorrow, November 12th, if this interview is dropping after the 12th. A song called Obstacles. And the video is fire. It's amazing. So far in 2021, I dropped one song. I've been pushing one song all year. So now it's time to get back to the basics. You know, I've been grinding. I've been at the BT Awards, Rolling Loud. Shout out to Fabio Foreman. He brought me out for Rolling Loud.
You're going crazy. I see you. Shout out to you. I seen it.
Performed in front of 20,000 people. So now it's just, you know, this year, you know, especially since I was dealing with heartbreak, this year I was really focused on like the business aspect of things. And I feel like I have the business aspect of things. I have the networking aspect of things locked down. So now it's time to get back to the music. So now I'm dropping music. So tomorrow, November 12th, I'll be dropping Obstacles with the video. I'm super excited about it. And then my birthday is this Sunday, the 14th.
You're Scorpio?
Yeah, I'm Scorpio.
Okay, I heard y'all a little feisty.
Yeah, we a little feisty. We a little feisty. We misunderstood. We feisty.
Heard you. Okay, Obstacles dropping tomorrow, y'all. You heard? Get out of here. Goodbye.
Fuck 100 guns, need a honey bun.